Hello my viewers, this is Indalkacho. Today I'll show you how to create equations like this in Microsoft Word. So to create equation, first we need to click a place where we wish to insert our equation. So let's assume it is here, then we'll go to the menu tab and click on insert. At the top right corner here we have equation. So click on that, or as a shortcut you can use your keyboard Alt plus equal. Then here we have three forms of tools, equation tools. As you can see here, it says equation tools. So at the top right corner, we have tools like equation, text, and the like. This is the first tool. At the middle, we have symbols, different symbols that we are going to use to write equations. And at the top right corner, we have structures, different structures that we are going to use to write any equation. So it starts, for instance, from fraction. Here we have different fractions. Yeah, if you click on fraction, you have different forms. So you can use either of these. Or the second term is script, which means it contains superscript, subscript, and both. And even you have different forms of radicals, and you have integrals, different forms of integral as you can see here. And you have even different forms of operators like summation, intersection, union, and the like. Even you can use these forms of brackets and trig functions, limits, operator. Even you can use matrix, different forms of matrix. So I will show you all these three tools with examples. So let's start from the first one here, the tools. For instance, if you have a simple equation like area of circle or quadratic formula, which are very commonly used, you can simply insert from this tool. Here from equation, as you can see here, we have a small triangle below equation. So you can click on that. Then you will have different default equations here. So you can simply click as you wish. For instance, if you want to insert area of circle, you can have this one. So you can even modify this one. You can select, you can copy, for instance. If you say copy, then make a paste, and even you can say pi times, for instance, r can be 10. So you can replace the values. Even you can again copy this value and paste, and this can be, for instance, or if you wish to insert a quadratic formula, for instance, you can press Alt equal, then you will go to these tools and you will find quadratic formula. Here we have a quadratic formula, so simply you can have quadratic formula in your document. So you can format or even modify. You can select this one and you can format. Okay, you can format. You can increase, decrease the font, whatever. Yeah, you can create this kind of equations in your Word document. But you may have different kinds of equations which are not found in the default. So in this case, we need to create by our own. For instance, if you have this kind of equation in your Word document, it is not simple to insert directly from the default equation from this one. You will never find this kind of equation from this list. As you can see here, we will not find this kind of equation in this list. So in this case, we need to create by our own by using these two tools, the symbols and the structures, those structures. So I'll show you how to create and how to use these tools, symbols and structures to create this kind of equation. So let's start. So to type this equation, first we need to insert this one, the first one. Let's start from sigma major. So the first task is to identify the form or the structure of this term. So from here, it is similar or it has a subscript, then you need to select a subscript. So you have a subscript here, click on that. Then in the first box, you need to click on the first box. Then you need to insert this sigma from these symbols. So from this symbol, you need to search sigma, and sigma is here. So you have sigma. Then in the subscript box, you will click on the second box. Then you will type this word, which is major. You can see major. Then click outside this box here. Then press your space in the keyboard. Then you need to insert this symbol, which is equal. Again, press Alt equal. Then from these symbols, you can simply insert equal here. Again, click outside this box. Then press your space bar. Then we need to insert this one, this term. So as you can see, the form is, or the structure is a fraction. So we need to select a fraction form from our equation. Alt equal. Then we have fraction. Then in the numerator again, we have another form. Sigma x, which is a subscript form. So click on the numerator box, then go to script, then select the second term, which is subscript. Again, in the first box here, click on the first box, then insert sigma, the first symbol. So here we have, in the symbol, we have sigma. Again, in this subscript, in the second box, click on that, then type x. Simply, you can type x from your keyboard. In the denominator, click on the denominator box, then you can simply type number 2. Again, click outside this box, then give a space, then insert this plus. You can use your keyboard and enter plus. Then give a space. And now we have reached on the radical. So here we need to insert this radical, and we need to consider those terms as a single value. So first let's insert the radical. Alt equal. Then you have a radical here, the third term, radical. And from this list, we have the first form. So in this box, we need to insert all these values. So the first form is here. The first form is a superscript. By considering all values in the bracket as a single value, for instance, it can be a. So we have a square form, which means a superscript form. So here we need to select a superscript form, which is this one. Superscript form. Then you can type plus this one. Again, you can type this form. So the structure for this one is, it will have both superscript and subscript. So we are going to script. Then we need to select the third term, which is, it contains superscript and subscript. So click on that. Now we have the general form. Inside our radical, we have this superscript form and both superscript and subscript form. So let's insert all these values. So click on the first box here. In this case, we have a bracket, so we need to open our bracket here. Type open bracket. Then we have again a form, a fraction form inside our bracket. So we need to insert a fraction form. From our first fraction, select this one. Again, in the numerator box here, in this box, we have this sigma x, which is another form of subscript. So we are going to select script, then subscript. Again, in the first box, in this box, we have sigma. So from the symbol, we need to insert sigma. Here we have sigma. And in the second box here, click on that, then insert or type X from your keyboard. Again, in the denominator box here, in the denominator, click on that box, then you can simply type number 2. And we have left this close bracket, yeah? So you need to click here, then close the bracket. Now we left the superscript. The superscript is 2, so simply click on the superscript box, then type number 2. Now we complete this term. Again, we need to write this value. So in the first box, we have tau, the symbol tau. So we'll go to the symbol. Here we have tau. Then in the superscript, we have number 2. So click on that box, then type 2. And in the subscript, we have xy. So simply you can type xy. So in this way, we can write this equation. Then check each terms, yeah? We have sigma major, sigma x over 2, and the whole radical. Here we have the whole radical. In the bracket, sigma x over 2 as a superscript 2 plus tau x y square. So we have the same equation. So you can format this one. Just you can simply select and you can make just like this. So in this way we can write any kinds of equation in our Word document. I think this video is very helpful for you, and if you like this video, please subscribe my channel to obtain more related videos. Thank you for watching this tutorial video. See you next time.